Hey everybody, it's Booray from Tampa, Florida, and today we are going to talk about makeup because one of the problems that I have with headshots and portraits that I do in studio is glare. Glare it gets lots of terms. Sometimes they say it's glare, sometimes they call it a hotspot, sometimes they call it a specular highlight if you want to be fancy. But we all know what it looks like, right? It's when the light reflects off your skin and it gives you this hot spot on your skin. And dealing with this after the fact in Photoshop can be a little bit of a pain because there's several ways that you can do it and none of them are really easy. I mean, you can clone out the hot spot, you can use a multiply brush and color replacement, you can do a few things in Capture One to help with skin tones as well. But the bottom line is when you're doing this sort of thing, there's always a chance that it's not going to look quite right, right? So what if you tried to fix the problem before you took the picture? And that's where makeup comes in. So today, I'm going to try out this makeup. A friend of mine recommended it. It's called All About Matte. It's a fixing compact powder by a company called Essence. And I'll put a link right down in the description so you can go and check this out yourself online. So I ordered some of this makeup and I ordered a whole bag of sponges. Because when you're doing this with clients, you want to give a separate sponge to each person. You don't reuse the same sponge. It's very affordable. It's not expensive at all to get this and some sponges. The question is it worth it? If you put it on somebody's skin, you put it on their face, especially if they think they've got a hot spot, is it going to take care of them? Now, you also have to keep in mind that this is a very light matte powder and isn't going to work on all skin tones. In fact, as you'll see, I think I probably would have been better off with something that was a little bit less neutral or white, as this is. But the idea is that it's supposed to go on kind of unseen, kind of invisible, but just really soak up the oil on your skin and try and cut down on the brightness of the glare that you get on your skin. So let's take a look at the two pictures that I shot before and after and see if this is going to actually do the job for us. So this is picture number one. I stepped in my studio, turned on my lights, and took this picture. And let me just apologize in advance for the fact that you are going to be looking very closely at this old, gnarly, and scarred face that I have. I do apologize for putting you through this, but it is all in the interest of science. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's close in close and see what our problems are here on my face. And I've done nothing to this image. This is straight out of camera. So right here on my forehead, you can see that I've got this hot spot because I'm using a clamshell lighting, which means that the light is in front of me and above me, shooting down into a reflector. So you can see I've got this big hot spot right here in the middle of my forehead, also right here on the tip of my nose, hot spot here, and a little bit on my cheek. So let's get in real tight so we can get a good look at these. Oh my gosh, it's like the surface of the moon. So look at this big hot spot. You can see the difference in the skin tone here and here. You see the pores, and what happens is you get light in the pores, much like the surface of the moon, and these shadows show up and make the pores and for in my example, the age wrinkles on my forehead more evident. And on your nose, or if you're dealing, like me, the older you get, the worse your nose gets. You can see the problem that you have here. This also gives you a good example. Looking at this picture, if you've ever seen my images on my website, then you really can see just how much retouching goes into my images before I put them on my website. So this is my test image. This is my blind study test image. So then I went and I put the makeup on my face. I just took the sponge and just rubbed it around the hot spots, and is what I got when I was finished. So right off the bat, it may not jump out at you as being a big difference. But if I go back and forth, like for example, let's look right here at my forehead, and then let's go here. You see the difference? Can you see how shiny and sharp this area is compared to this area? Let's close in real close so we can really see it. Okay, this is 100%. So look at this. See how shiny and sharp this is? The shine that's coming off of this. And now look at this. See how it's more dull? Now it almost looks like I've blurred it a little bit with a filter, but I haven't. But you see how it's more dull? And now let's go down to my nose and you'll see the same thing. See how shiny this spot is right here? Let me just tell you, I deserve an award just for the bravery of being willing to show my face this close without retouching on my channel. If you've ever thought about donating money to a YouTube channel with a super thanks, this is the video to do it on. Because man, I am really just laying all out for the art right now, aren't I? So look at here, look at this, and now look at it. You can almost, to me, it's almost more obvious on the nose. And it's amazing to me how it looks blurry, right? See how sharp this looks and how blurry this looks? But it's not. They're focused pretty much the same. But see how much more blurry this looks? Yeah. So I think that there's no doubt that this image in the forehead, in the nose, I even put some on my cheeks, and you can see it in the cheeks. See right here in the cheeks? See the light here, the glare, and then here, how it's been taken down. It's a little bit flatter. Yeah, I think it's definitely making a difference in the image, and it will be easier for me to smooth out my forehead or smooth out my nose a little bit. So what have we learned? Well, we've learned that for a very small investment, we can cut down on the glare that we've got, or the hotspots or the specular highlights that we've got on images that we shoot in studio or anywhere for that matter. And I got to tell you that I'm kind of like, now I'm like, I've got some things coming up that I've got to do soon. I've got to be on stage. I'm going to be under lights and everything. And I'm like, maybe I should just hit my face with some of this before I go out there. Maybe it's going to make me look a little bit better, just a little bit more retouched. So yeah, this is a winner, especially for the price point. This is absolutely a winner. And again, there'll be a link down in the description. Before I go, I do want to remind you that I have so many things to offer if you're interested in photography, and two of the things that I offer are absolutely free, and they are ebooks that are geared towards someone who is just starting out in photography. The first one is all about the things that I do when I first buy a camera. So if you just bought a camera and you're just learning, these are just 10 things that I do to every camera that I own to make it easier for me to use them. And the other one is 20 definitions that you should know if you're a photographer. And these are the 20 definitions that I think every person should know and understand before they really start to dive deep into theory and lighting and composition. You need to understand these 20 definitions. And these things are absolutely free. So just click the link down at the bottom and you can go and get these things for free, these ebooks. I also have an ebook all about natural light photography, which is where everybody should start. And it's all about recognizing natural light, how to find the good natural light, how to put your subject in it, and also how to set your camera up so that you can work quickly and efficiently in natural light and get the shot you want and get it quick. I have other things too. I won't go into it now, but go check that out on my website. Just go to my page, and that's down in the description. Also, all my gear is there, so if you're looking for gear for your camera or accessories for your Fuji X100V, it's all there as well. And anything that you buy kicks back a little bit to this channel, and it helps me to keep things going here, and I really, really do appreciate it. Also, be sure and join my group on Facebook called Pro Photo Talk with Booray Perry. Follow me on Instagram, and throw me a like and throw me a sub, and I'll be back here soon. I've got work to do.